begin, sir?
Come in, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Birdev. Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
You are slightly looking tense,
No, sir.
and there is absolutely no need to be. You are here to enjoy.
Yes, sir.
We are here to enjoy, right? And actually, as you were stepping in, we were discussing your commendable achievements in life.
Thank you, sir.
The way your dad talks to us. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
So absolutely, just relax. Be your own natural self. I would like to start at your analysis of recent assembly elections in Maharashtra.
I want just more bit of clarification from you, sir. Analysis from what point?
I don't know. Analysis from Birdev point of view.
Sir, the people of Maharashtra have given the thumping majority for the ruling government, bringing the opposition. It is in the first time in the history of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly. The assembly is not going to have a opposition leader of opposition in the assembly. So it's very bad thing from the point of view of the democracy. And Maharashtra's Ladki Bahin Yojana has impacted the result. It is said that.
Okay. How would Maharashtra now ensure that Ladki Bahin would continue?
Maharashtra acts as the economic powerhouse of India, sir, and majorly attracting the foreign direct investment in the Maharashtra. So promoting the manufacturing sector, which is struggling in its current phase, and interlinking the agriculture sector and the manufacturing sector through food processing industries. Maharashtra can generate the more revenue so that it can sustain the social sector scheme which it is promoting right now, sir.
What is the difference between, say, Revdi culture as against a genuine welfare program?
Revdi culture means the distribution of financial resources of the government to influence the voting behavior of the public at a large, whereas the welfare schemes are meant to genuinely alleviate the concerns of the citizens at large.
So now Delhi elections also are coming up, and whatever various parties are promising, is that Revdi culture or is that genuine development or welfare program?
Sir, 2 points should be taken into the consideration: the timing of the announcement of the scheme and the real motive behind the scheme. The real motive satisfies the social intent and the social outcome, that is meant for the empowerment of the woman. But given the announcement of the timing, it hampers the economic intent which is behind the scheme, sir. Thus, indirectly influence the voting behavior of the majority of the women voters of the Delhi government, sir.
Very good, Birdev.
Thank you, sir.
It is very clear that you understand the issue, you are able to apply your mind, keep it up like that. All the very best.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Birdev.
Hi, sir.
So, you are having your UPSC interview on 20th of January.
Yes, sir.
Right? Morning time or
Afternoon session.
Afternoon session. So, you must read that day's newspaper?
Yes, sir.
Have you read today's newspaper?
Yes, sir.
Good. What was the headline?
In the IT sector, sir, the central government is planning to have the digital protection rules at the mid of this year, sir. In the international relations, sir, government has handed over the defense equipment to the government of Maldives to improve, to better the relation between the India and Maldives. Another, sir, in the judicial sector, the Honorable Supreme Court is taking the case of appointment of Chief Election Commissioner and other election commission in the upcoming month, in the month of February.
Okay. 3 headlines are enough. Now tell me, in the last headline, Supreme Court, what is the issue which is being examined? What is the issue? Appointment of election commissioners. It's alright. But what is the issue? What Supreme Court will examine?
The Honorable Court want to examine whether the Parliament has the authority to to go away with the directions given by the constitutional bench of the Supreme Court.
Was it direction?
The judgment of the Supreme Court in the constitution bench.
As far as I understand, you would have also read the headlines that Supreme Court had asked in its judgment that till Parliament makes a law, existing system was to continue. But Parliament did not make a law. Therefore, that system was invoked. But now Parliament has made a law. Now what is the problem? You only told the Parliament to make a law. Parliament has made a law. What is the problem now?
Based on my knowledge, sir, the Honorable Supreme Court is examining whether the Parliament has the authority to circumvent the directions or the judgment of the Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court in the selection committee of the Chief Election Commissioner, constituting the Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition and the Chief Justice of India. And presently they are giving the dominant role to the central government in the appointment of Chief Election Commissioner or other election commissioners.
Okay, there are so many things to discuss, but reading the headline is sufficient for now, right? But we go deeper into the issue. You might come anything.
I read about it.
Good. You did your civil engineering from College of Engineering, Pune. Very big and important achievement. You served as Gramin Dak Sevak,
Yes, sir.
right? From March 20 to March 21,
Yes, sir.
right? So what are you doing since March 21? Are you totally devoted to civil services or doing something else also?
From March 21, I am fully preparing for the civil services.
So what is your experience as Gramin Dak Sevak? Which gram did you serve, your own village or?
No, sir. In the nearby village of the Gangapur, which is in the Budhargarh district of Kolhapur district.
Okay, good. What is India Post Payment Bank?
India Post Payment Bank is the initiative of India Post, whereby it is offering the digital payment service to the citizens of India. Like they are providing the online payment or the transfer of payments through the online services, and ATM card services are being provided in sync with the other nationalized or the private banks.
In villages, farmers want to have money at time of sowing season. They take loan. So can any farmer take loan from India Post Payment Bank? If not, why not? If yes, how much the limit?
Given the shorter period of my experience in the India Post, the farmers are not allowed to take loan from the India Post from their saving accounts.
Okay, they can only have open, they can't have open. No problem. Joint Parliamentary Committee is examining the subject of one nation, one election. Yesterday there was a meeting, right? What happened in the meeting? They reported in today's newspaper also. Tell me.
Some members of the multiple parties, like the regional parties, are demanding more time in the deliberation of the one nation, one election bill. They are thinking that the shorter period that they are getting, for example, the 3-week period is very short to deliberate a bill which is having a wide-ranging ramification as far as the election of the India is concerned.
Birdev, last question from my side. You came from all the way from Kolhapur to Delhi for preparation of this interview, right? How did you come?
I came from train.
From Kolhapur to New Delhi?
No, sir, from Pune to Nijamuddin.
Pune to Nijamuddin, right? From where are you staying?
I am staying in the Karol Bagh 3A.
Karol Bagh. So you came here walking down or did you use metro services?
I came from walking. It's very near to my flat.
Have you used the metro services of Delhi?
Yes, sir. I have not used it today, but while coming from Nijamuddin, I have used it.
So my question is, what is the difference between the train track of Indian Railways, which brought you from Pune to Nijamuddin, and any of the places from Karol Bagh or maybe Rajendra Place to metro services? Okay, what is the difference?
Sir, there are multiple differences that exist between Indian Railways and the metro, Delhi Metro specifically.
Track.
One is the gauge length, which is the inner distance between the rail lines. Indian Railway is using broad gauges, narrow gauges and meter gauges, whereas the Delhi Metro is mostly using the broad gauges.
Same gauge. Okay. Not broad gauge, same gauge. It's not broad gauge. Standard gauge.
Sorry.
But same all over.
All over.
And then
another is the structure of the track. Indian Railways are using the ballastic tracks, whereas the Delhi Metro is using without ballastic. They are using a cement sleepers on which rails are laid down.
Okay.
So these are the major differences. And Delhi Metro is specifically meant for the passenger transport, whereas the Indian Railway is carrying both the passenger and the freight transport.
All the best, Birdev.
Good afternoon, Birdev. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir. Fine, sir.
You have had touch with the Department of Posts.
Yes.
Okay, so my question is that with the growth of internet and various other email and everything else, is post becoming irrelevant?
Considering the point of irrelevancy, sir, the post has updated itself to strive in the era of technology. For example, it has diversified its business from its core business, which was existing before the arrival of the technology. First thing, it is providing the better last mile connectivity to the people, and it is actively participating in the schemes of the government of India. For example, in the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Yojana, farmers are reaching to the post offices which are located in their villages to withdraw their amounts. In the social sector, sir, post office is promoting the Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana for the empowerment of woman, female child, to help her in its education policy, sir. Another is in financial inclusion. Post is promoting the recurring deposits and fixed deposit scheme, so bringing the citizens of the India from villages into the financial stream. And to sustain its commercial business, India Post is offering the parcel services for in the speed post category or the registered post category, sir.
Good. But do you think it's slowly changing from a post office into services exchange?
It is acting as a common service center.
Avail the services.
Yes. It is acting as a common service center.
Common service center. Good. Excellent. Now, as a civil engineer, you see, we are building these expressways, vehicles travel at fast speeds, and it is noticed that tires make a lot of noise, right? Why does that happen, and what are the steps taken to reduce that noise? What are the steps taken that those tires will not heat up and blow out? It has something to do with the surfacing. So can you tell me something?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware of the exact details of the to make that noise reducing, but I just, from the civil engineering point of view, I am aware that the surface coating is done on the top of the pavement so that the minimum friction takes place. So I am just aware about that, but I will read about it, sir.
Oh, sure. Kayaking is one of your hobbies?
Yes.
Good. How many people maximum are there in a kayak?
There are majorly 3 categories in the competitive kayaking. One is the K1, another is the K2, and another is the K4. In the K1, only 1 person is sitting. In the K2, 2 persons are sitting, and in K4, 4 persons are sitting.
Okay. Now, Olympics, is it a part of Olympic sport?
Yes, sir.
So, what is the record for single person kayaking?
For K1.
K1.
Overall, from the Olympic point of view, sir. Actually, I just read about it, but I am getting it difficult to recall the records.
Okay. And what are your other hobbies?
Sheep and goat raising is my
Right. So, sheep. What is the most popular variety of sheep in India?
The popularity of sheep varies from region to region given the agroclimatic zones. In the Deccan Plateau region, we have the Kolhapuri sheep or the Solapuri sheep or the Madgai sheep, which are very famous. Whereas in the Jammu region, the Bakarwal sheep are famous, sir. Okay. Or in the Himachal region, Gaddi sheep are famous. Whereas in the Chennai region, there are Nellore sheep, or in the Karnataka, the Mandya sheep are famous.
Where do we get merino sheep? Merino wool.
I just heard about it, but I'm getting it difficult to locate the exact location.
Okay, last question. How many, approximately, varieties, breeds of goats are there in India?
Sorry sir, I am not aware of the exact details of the
It
drills.
doesn't matter.
Good. Who comprise the axis of resistance?
Sorry sir, I am not getting the exact.
When we say axis of resistance, have you heard of this? In context of what is going on in the Middle East? Axis of resistance. No?
Just idea that it is led by the Iran.
Good. But who all are comprising?
Majorly it is led by the Houthi rebels and the. Sorry, sir.
What's the difference now between Radcliffe line and Durand line?
Durand line specifies the boundary between the Afghanistan and the Pakistan, sir. Whereas the Radcliffe boundary specifically originally meant to separate the India and Pakistan, but it's currently acting as a boundary between India and Bangladesh also.
What about between Taliban and Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan?
Presently, the Taliban is acting as a state agency in the Afghanistan sector, whereas the Tehrik-e-Pakistan, as per the Pakistan's report or the allegation, acting as a terrorist group which is acting from the soil of the Afghanistan.
The difference in IS and ISI.
ISIS is the Islamic states in Iraq and Syria, where ISI is the inter-services in
Iraq and
Syria. And ISI is the inter-services intelligence department of the Pakistan.
How would see artificial intelligence assisting you in executing projects which go with no defect in civil engineering?
AI is one of the important tools in the fourth industrial revolution, sir. For example, if you take the example of transportation department, AI can help me to analyze the complex data of the road accidents, or it can help me to analyze the data of black spots which are occurring in the highway. So it will give me the idea, and in that scenario we can make our policies to avoid those accidents.
How would they help you in civil engineering?
Transportation is the integral part of the civil engineering. So to minimize the accident, one sector. Another is to have a better idea of the environment, because the rainfall and the pavements are integrally related with each other. To avoid the environmental pollution, AI can help me to analyze the data of the past historical environmental data, and based on that we can take a suggestive measures. For example, to forecast the flood can be taken so that we can avoid those situations, or early warning can be taken place.
My last question to you. What is an Asian NATO?
There are allegations by government of Pakistan that the USA, India, Israel and
Is it the government of Pakistan?
And UAE are acting as a Asian NATO to counter the China and Pakistan.
Thank you.
Hello Birdev, how are you?
Sir, I'm fine, sir.
Birdev, is the difference in the way a scheduled bank and a cooperative bank are regulated?
Yes, sir, there is a difference.
What are the differences?
Scheduled banks are those which are come under the schedule of the Reserve Bank of India. In the cooperative banks, there are two major categories. One in the urban cooperative banks and the rural cooperative banks. In the rural cooperative bank, there is a hierarchy of banks like district cooperative bank and the primary agriculture credit societies.
What is the basic structure doctrine?
So, basic structure doctrine is outcome of the Keshwananda Bharati judgment in the 1973, whereas the court specifies that the parliament has a limited amending power, and it can amend anything of the constitution part, except it doesn't violate the basic structure of the constitution. Likewise, the secularism is the basic part of the constitution, or the federalism is the basic structure of the constitution. Fundamental rights are the part of the basic structure. So, likewise.
Should India continue its membership of the SCO? Is there any great advantage we are getting by being a member of the SCO?
Shanghai Cooperation Organization is providing us opportunity to collaborate with the China and Russia at the single platform, sir. At the same time, it is providing opportunity to interact with the Central Asian countries who are having the reserves of the, we have most or the more natural resources. From that, India can boost their energy resources or the uranium reserves, which can helpful for us our nuclear programs, sir.
Who is Gurpatwant Singh Pannu?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware of this.
What is Shatush?
Shatush, I think it's a
Type connection with sheep.
I think it's a type of wool.
Okay. What are the sailing events in the Olympics?
Sailing water sports.
In Olympics, you've got rowing and you've got sailing. Rowing you'll know. Sailing I want to know.
I just heard sailing. I'm not aware of the exact details of the sailing.
You know what a canoe is. You know what a kayak is.
Yes.
There is one naval term which comes called armada. Have you heard of an armada?
Sir, I have not heard about it, sir.
Thank you.
What is graphene?
Graphene is the two-dimensional structure of the carbon compounds.
What are its applications?
Sir, I am not able to recall the exact application.
Yeah, no problem. From anthropological point of view, are Dhangars a scheduled tribe or nomadic people?
Multiple factors needs to be taken into the consideration as far as the Dhangars of the Maharashtra are concerned. Their socio-economic backwardness, their socio-cultural life, which is in similarity with the socio-cultural life of the scheduled tribes. Another is the occupation in which they are practicing, like they are practicing the sheep and goat rearing, which is similar to the some of the scheduled tribes, like Todas of Nilgiri practicing the buffalo domestication, or the Bakarwals of Gaddi are practicing the sheep and goat rearing. So, given that similarities in their socio-cultural life, their occupational structure, their socio-economic backwardness, the community is demanding the reservation under scheduled tribe category, sir.
So, what is stopping the community from receiving this rightful stature?
There are two reasons, sir. One is the section which is already getting benefits of the scheduled tribe in the government in the state of Maharashtra. They are acting as they are opposing the demands of the scheduled tribe. Another is the legal hurdle that is in the nature, like in the scheduled list at the entry of the 36, there is a mention of Dhangar, but there is a dissimilarities between the exact Dhangar and the Dhangar. So these things are acting as an obstruction to get the benefits under the scheduled tribe categories.
What are the specific skills required to nurture your hobby?
One is the social cohesion, in which the people in which the shepherd have to interact with the multiple people, like the farmers, because we stay generally at the place of the farmers. We have to convince them the benefits of the dung of the sheep and goat. Another one is that. Another is the bravery, sir. Because generally sheep and goat faces the attacks by the wild animals. Generally in the less rainfall areas, we migrate to the Saundatti hills in the Karnataka. So we face the attack of the wolf. So we have to be brave to avoid that attack, sir. Another is the resilience, sir, because we actually remain 24 by 7 on the field itself, sir, during the rainy or during the summer season. So we have to be resilient to face the face that environmental conditions, sir.
Excellent, Birdev. Congratulations and all the very best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Birdev, take your seat, please. Lovely interview, Birdev. Simply, we are very happy. We are very happy because of your interview. We are very happy with you. We absolutely look forward to, not only look forward to, we positively pray for your success.
Thank you, sir.
Now, as a part of interview learning, we are asking every youngster to analyze oneself first. So, you tell us your own self-analysis.
The simple questions like the axis of center or the applications of the graphene, that should have been answered by me, sir. Because the Middle East is facing certain challenges in the last 1-2 years, so that should have been answered by me. Another is like the questions answered by sir regarding the sailing should have been answered, but I was not aware of the exact details. So I just heard the name for the first time.
Yeah.
So that Merino ship I just read somewhere in my prelims preparation, but I was not able to exactly recall the exact details.
Yeah.
So it was overall, I think, overall good experience.
Yes. Birdev, you are simply excellent. And we would tell you only one thing. Beautiful English word for it is self-assurance. The only thing is, you speak like you are sure of the answers. State yourself confidently. You show excellent understanding of issues. You are not giving mugged up answers, which unfortunately some youngsters do. And they think that makes them intelligent. No, I'm telling you, we are telling you, you are intelligent.
Thank you.
And I will also tell you what each one of us did. Like on generally knowing that you seem to know the basics. Almost everyone asked you something which cannot be answered only on the basis of bookish studies. To answer that, you have to have the thinking ability, which you have shown simply outstanding. Now, in your self-analysis, you are telling me, okay, axis of resistance should have been answered better. Okay. I will say, okay, should have been answered, okay. But even there, you are listening. Your first thought is, I don't seem to know the answer. But then you are thinking on your own feet. And then you are actually coming out with Iran and Houthis and all. That shows the ability for understanding. That, Birdev, is your huge plus point. So there is Birdev in you. Truly. There have also been previous Chanakya Mandal students with the name Birdev. They are doing very well in their life. One of them is a journalist now. Good name in Maharashtra, very good. You are excellent, Birdev, simply, I am telling you. Oh, just one thing is, state yourself confidently. That we are observing. What happens is, we are rather, so to say, impressed or pressurized by, say, urban people. Or by those who are very comfortable in suit, boot and everything. Or those who we think are speaking polished English. And that is supposed to be a mark of intelligence. That's not true at all. That is absolutely not true at all. So I hope our time together, now and any time you say, even in coming days, absolutely any time you say anything you want from us, because you have that gold, ते असली आहे रे, ते सांगतोय. ही सोनच भावन कशी आहे. तू लोकांचे कपडेच काय असतात आणि ह्याच्यावर जाऊ नको. मला दिसलंय की तुला हाही मुद्दा कळला तुला. मी जेव्हा सांगतोय की हे असं नुसतं अर्बन ते ठीक आहे, ते वरवरच आहे सगळं. उस डोंगा परी रस नोहे डोंगा आहे ना, माहितीये का अभंग?
ऐकलंय.
काय भुललासी वरली या रंगा. काही नाही, तुझ्याकडे एकदम कॅलिबर आहे, प्रश्नच नाही. त्यामुळे तू आज 9 जानेवारी तुझं काम अभ्यास करत राहायचंय. देर इज दॅट, फॉर दॅट देर इज नो शॉर्टकट. त्यामुळे रिलेंटलेस endeavor to keep yourself supremely update. Again, not because anything is lacking, but because the interview is on 20th.
Yes.
So you need to be sort of update on 20th. There is a very important event scheduled to take place on 20th.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
US President is taking charge on the 20th of January.
And that will not have happened by the time of your interview, because their clock is like 10 hours behind us,
Yes.
approximately. They have 4 standard times, etc. But someone on Eastern, so 9.5 maybe. But someone on the panel may want to discuss with you Trump swearing in and various possible consequences. Also, today we were not able to bring up Kolhapur. That can come up. At least one person on the panel will be very knowledgeable about Maharashtra, including Kolhapur. Therefore, Shahu Maharaj, the social reform movement, Lata Mangeshkar, Halji Pendharkar, Baburao Painter, Visa Khandekar, so on and so forth. Chappal, yeah,
Jaggery, Saj,
Jaggery, yeah,
Kolhapur
yeah,
Saj.
yeah.
Ambabai Temple.
Mahalakshmi. Also, again, not because there is anything lacking, but because anthropology is your optional, just brush up on current issues in anthropology. I don't know whether someone on the panel will notice that you belong to Dhangar community and that this issue of Dhangars getting reservations is a very important issue. I hope you know that I have, in public life in Maharashtra, I have always publicly stated that there is not a shade of a doubt that Dhangar community qualifies for reservations under scheduled tribe. Actually, I am telling you, the community itself is so good, so committed to our Sanskriti, that taking law into hands, turning violent or hatred towards is not there among Dhangars. So unfortunately, some who take law into their own hands and burn buses, etc., get hurt. But come on, man, Dhangars, genuinely poor people, basically, committed to Maharashtra and Bharat, deserve reservation. But you discussed it very well. I restricted to Dhangar community, but with anthropology as subject, anything can come up. Keep yourself ready for that. Baki, everything like. For a moment I was also smiling, telling them Maharashtra's mannerlessness, about which we are very proud, that we are rough and utterly mannerless people. He wants to compete with me, but he is a poor, distant second in being mannerless.
You haven't lived in it.
नहीं, पता है ना. We had an earlier candidate to whom I had to tell him not to do too much of sirring. But you were almost to the other end. Hardly saying sir or madam. But the way you speak is so endearing, that's what I am saying. असं तुझी छान आहे बोलण्याची शैली. थोडं इंग्लिश मधनं बोलताना फक्त त्याला जर ॲव्हरेज एका उत्तरात एकदा एवढं तरी, ज्यांच्याशी बोलतोय त्यांना सर सो अँड सो.
Actually, कसं झालं? Actually, what was the problem? In my previous mocks, I was using sir for multiple times. So friends at my room suggested not to use sir in this mock, so that we can we can just analyze how to use that in the next mock.
No. The balance is in beautiful word called samyak. Samyak. That you are dealing respectfully with the panel. Even when you don't use Sir, Birdev in the way you answer, it's simply beautiful. I don't think anyone is going to think of you as lacking in manners or rude, etc. Not at all. But I'm saying from communication skills point of view.
Yes.
At least one, that is how I would put it, if to the extent to which this can be quantified. Yes, if your friends told you that you are doing too much of sirring, then I'm happy that you seem to have good friends, intelligent friends. So it is right. But also not going to the other extreme.
Yes. I have to middle path.
So just once, at least when you start the answer or you complete the answer. Sir, it is so and so. Or it is so and so, sir. But sir, it is sir, so and so, sir, and sir, please. Not that extreme, but also it is so and so. Baki excellent, Birdev. Ekach prashnavar hai, that is a surprise. In light of rest of your excellence, how come you don't remember Guru Patwan Singh Pannu? Only one issue, yeah.
Khalistani in US who keeps making funny threats.
ऍक्च्युली मला ते ह्यांच्यामध्ये कन्फ्युज झालो मी. कोणतरी एक रनर होता जास्त 104 वर्षाचा आणि ते थोडं
तो आता गेला. या नाही पण पन्नू इज क्लिअर.
ओके.
पन्नून
पन्नून कळाला.
Also with Guru in his name, he could be confused with his spiritual.
Yeah. Just a little. Otherwise, actually, I go on noting that seemingly, even if initially you don't know something, you are able to still think, come up and respond. Question on, say, Asian NATO, etc. So you are excellent, simply I'm telling you. You are speaking easily, continue like that.
Actually wrong.
You are also speaking naturally, again continue that.
I used to have one till I outgrew it.
The way you sit, the way you talk, there is nothing artificial about it. That is how it should be. Most other candidates sit in a very stiff way, with their hands tied in their lap, nothing with you. Be like this. You are going to get excellent. Right? Actually, even today, if the interview goes like this, I'm going to say this is already 197, 198, etc. But with the quality we see, prepare and aim at best of the scores. They are 215, 220, and you can get it. So go for 215, 220. We are there always with you. Anytime, anything, even before 20th you want to drop in, generally we are here, except for 1 or 2 days in between. And otherwise there is phone number, anytime you want to contact any one of us, right? Yes. Anything you want to ask, Birdev?
Just ensure to implement those are the recommendations given by.
These are written notes for you.
Okay.
So they have written down for you. This is a time-saving gesture. But with any one of them also, anytime you want to discuss, let us know. I know they will be more than happy to spare time for you.
Yes.
When we see talent, we are all yours. Yes. There is this beautiful talent, man. Come on. तुझी प्रशांत होळकरशी ओळख आहे का?
नाही सर.
प्रशांत आपला चाणक्यचा विद्यार्थी 2012 IPS झाला. आता मुंबईत आहे पोस्टिंगवर. आणि अशी आपली यादीची यादी आहे अशी. म्हणण्याचं माझं कारण I see you in the next in line. Right? Yes. So go on to success. Absolutely. Bless you.
Thank you, sir.
These are notes for you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.